lunchtime.
Hey, Marquette families. It's Father Brandon here with Lisa, Mrs. Kavasa, our principal, and we want to send a little message out to all of our families just to give you some updates on how we're going to be ending this school year and then looking towards next school year. Lots going on. We're trying to balance ending this school year and then preparing for what we have in store for us next year. But just before Lisa shares a little bit about the end of this school year, I just want to thank you for your patience, your support, your encouragement as we've gone through this very dynamic, interesting time. We try to pride ourselves as doing our best, as working hard as teachers, working with you as families, and you families working with our teachers, all with the best interest of our students. And sometimes we agree, sometimes we disagree. Some people are calling and saying, thank you, Father, this has been incredible. The school's doing a great job. And other people, maybe there's a few people that are just like, oh, they're so frustrated. And so that's part of the waves, the joys and the frustrations. But I'm so grateful for all of our families and the way in which we've been able to try to work together for the betterment of our families, our students, our teachers. Everybody's doing their best. That's the one thing I know for sure. Everybody's working at this. It does create some stress and some anxiety, but I'm so grateful for our Catholic school where so many of us have been praying together and working to try to keep Christ at the center of everything. So I just want to thank all of you on the start of this, that I'm just so grateful for all of our teachers, our staff, for the work of Lisa, and most especially those of you that are at home with as parents and as students. Just thank you, and know that we're all on this crazy journey together. So with that, I'm just going to have Lisa talk a little bit about how we plan on kind of wrapping up this school year. That's important for you to know, so you have some good deadlines and you've got like an ending point. So Lisa's going to share some of that with us now.
Yes, and I'd like to echo Father's sentiments. Thank you very much for working with us this school year. Our teachers have been, working incredibly hard to deliver in a system that they just, were thrown into in such a short amount of time. And we appreciate all that you've been doing to work with them and parent and work and be the teacher and all of the many roles that you were also thrown into. So thank you for doing that. For the end of the school year, what we're going to be doing is we really have 3 weeks of school left. A little bit less than that because actually we don't have school on Monday. We have a teacher in service day. But for this upcoming week, our 4-day week that's coming up, we are going to be giving our last assignments for the year. And so the week after that, which would be the second to the last week before school's out, we will give our families that week as a time where you can catch up, you can do work that students were struggling with. We'll try to provide some tutoring resources and it can just be that catch-up time so that students can get all of their work done and turned into our school. And we'll come up with a system for how to turn work in. But and then the very last week of school, we want it to feel a little bit like what every last week of school feels like. And that is, a sense of closure. So we want to have some fun things planned and a time where we can say goodbye to the students and just get together in fun ways. And they may be virtual, it may be some social distancing. We'll see what we can pull off, but definitely we want to have a sense of closure, and our teachers want to say goodbye and we'll see you next year for sure. So
yeah, I'm so grateful. Hopefully you heard that. Next week is the last week you're going to be getting work at home. Thank you, Jesus. I know that's going to be a huge relief to many of you. And we started really quick and strong here at Marquette because on the front end of this, our teachers worked so hard in trying to keep things moving. And that was a little different in some ways than other schools. So I know on the front end of this, it seems super intense. But now the beauty is at the back end of this thing, we're going to be able to loosen things up a lot quicker. And that's a huge gift. All right, you have one more week of schoolwork and then a full week to try to catch up. And I beg you, I know parents, it is so difficult. And for some of you, you're really struggling. Do your best to try to get that work done. You got another whole week after this week. And then that last week, we just want to try to create some fun events to end, like Lisa said, and try to end this in a way where there's some sorts of closure and moving on into the next year. So I'm so grateful for all of you. And one of the things, we are ending our Marquette school year before Memorial Day, where other schools are continuing. So that's another blessing of our school that we're ending a little early. So take a deep breath. I know some of you may be stressed out, but in a couple weeks, you're going to be able to rejoice and be glad that you're at Marquette school as we start loosening things up and other parents are still most likely working through the rest of their academic year. So I think that's a great gift that we have, that we worked really hard on the front end, which means we can loosen things up here at the end. So just thank you, Lisa, and all of our teachers for the ways in which you've done that. It's been a great gift. And so as we start ending this year, I want to make sure we give you some updates as far as next year. Just before this whole COVID thing hit, there was some momentum starting to move into next year. There was some excitement in the community, and we were starting to make some changes that I know there was some anxieties about, but there was also a ton of excitement about, adding our middle school and going to a 4-day school week and all these sorts of things. And there was kind of this momentum, and I want to make sure we don't utterly lose that momentum in the midst of this current crisis. So I want to update all of you on some things that we have been able to make decisions on in regards to our 4-day school week next year. We are continuing the plan to go to a 4-day school week next year. I just want to make sure everybody knows that. We are going to do that and are super excited about that and looking forward to all that will bear for our school. First question that I want to answer is, when will the day start and when will the day end? Okay, because I know we haven't officially decided that, but we have now. Okay, our school days, Monday to Thursday next year, will start at 7:50 and they're going to end at 3:15. Okay, so next year, Monday to Thursday, 7:50 to 3:15, which means we're getting rid of that crazy early out Wednesday. The day starts the same, the day ends the same, Monday through Thursday. That is going to be a genuine gift to our teachers and I think to families eventually. All right. And then this is also, I think, going to be good news for you. We are going to have free aftercare from 3:15 at the end of the school day all the way until 4 p.m. Okay? And so, did you hear me? Free aftercare, 3:15 to 4 p.m. If you can pick your child up by 4 p.m., there is no aftercare charges. All right? That is a huge gift that we're trying to offer to you. And I hope you receive that in that way. There will be a charge from 4 o'clock till 5:30. We're going to finalize that cost soon, all right, by the end of this weekend. We're working on those final details, and we'll get that to you. So again, the school day will be 7:50 to 3:15, free aftercare from 3:15 to 4 p.m., and then there'll be a charge for those that need aftercare from 4 until 5:30 p.m. Our aftercare will be run by our Teach for, which Lisa's going to talk about, some of our Teach for Christ new teachers that we are getting here at our school, and some of our current employees and some new people that we'll be bringing on. So we'll get more information to you about that, but at least that gives you some nuts and bolts about how some of that aftercare is going to take place and our school day, okay? I kind of snuck in just a new exciting thing, and I stole Lisa's thunder there a little bit, all right? But she is going to share an exciting thing that we have happening at Marquette next year.
Well, I'm super excited to tell you, after Father already did, about the 2 teachers and potentially 4, but for sure we're going to get 2 teachers from Teach for Christ that will be missionaries that will serve a year here at Marquette Catholic Schools. So they will be here to help teach, help do our aftercare, help run our Friday adventure days, which I'm stealing your thunder now.
No, it's great. Please, that's great. And one of the things about Teach for Christ, some of you might not even know what Teach for Christ is, I guess, because if you weren't at our meetings, there's an organization in the country that hires Catholic educators that just got out of college, that have degrees, and that are interested in doing volunteer work in Catholic schools to help them kind of fill needs. And we've been chosen as one of the sites, the first site of any Catholic school in our diocese that's going to send teachers here to be kind of missionaries for a whole year, that they'll live in our community, they'll teach in our schools, they'll be witnesses in our families and our parishes. So it's going to be an incredible opportunity for us to add staffing to our school, but they're missionaries, which means they're not like being paid, which is an incredible thing. And they have a fire for the Lord in the church and Catholic education. So we're going to be adding many, many hours of employment through this gift. And that's going to allow us to staff some of these extra things that are being needed with the 4-day school week, including our Friday care. And lots of you have had questions about that. And I want to just real quick connect with you about that we're really having Friday care, all right, for those that need it. We're hoping lots of you can take advantage of your kids having more time at home with their, other activities and events on those Fridays and doctor's appointments and dentist things and being with their family and their grandparents. But we're going to provide something on Fridays. And we're going to give you a little more details by Monday. We have to finalize just a couple more things. But the Teach for Christ program is going to be part of those Fridays. Again, they're educators. They have degrees in education. They're going to be helping oversee those programs. There's going to be a small charge per child for the day Okay, it won't be an hourly rate, it's going to be for the day, and we're working out those things, and there'll be a cap for every family. Lisa and I are going to finalize that as soon as this video is done, and we'll have that information out to you first thing on Monday when we start doing our enrollment. Okay. Mm-hmm. The last question that I know a lot of people have been asking about in regards to the 4-day school week is transportation. Like, how is that going to work with the 4-day school week? And so Lisa's just going to touch that a little bit on what our plans are in regards to transportation next year.
Yes, so starting the school day at 7:50 means that we're going to be able to access public transportation just as we have in the past. So our students will still use the busing system if they're using that, or parents can still drop off as they have in the past. After school is different though. We won't have public transportation after school. So what we're asking is for parents to pick up their kids, and we also will work with those families where this would be a tremendous hardship for them and try to figure out ways that we can transport them from the school.
Yeah, thank you, Lisa. I think just as you started there was one little thing, like morning care is public transportation, okay? Aftercare, we'll try to figure out how to get you there. I think we just kind of missed that a little bit,
sure.
just so we're clear on that.
Yeah.
I want to make that very clear. Mornings, same transportation that you've been using, and then after school, if there's families that can't pick up their kids before 4 o'clock for aftercare, or there's other situations, you can contact us and we'll find a way to work out with you on transportation. So public care is in the morning, not after school. Is that correct? Okay. Just want to make sure we're kind of clear on that.
Okay. If I can mention one more thing. So one more thing that you can expect from us in the near future here is we want to have an online meeting with our middle school families and those who are going into middle school for next fall, so that you have a sense of what the schedule is going to look like, and just can ask us any questions and be ready for that. There are some exciting things going on there as we're looking at adding music programs, potentially foreign language, and just really changing some things up and adding that 7th grade class.
Yeah, that's so huge, and we could go a lot of different directions, but as Lisa just mentioned, we're going to have some opportunities for some piano lessons and guitar lessons on those Fridays, and some opportunities for that. So we're going to be able to provide some of those things for your students on those Fridays. And that's the exciting thing about Fridays, is we're going to find ways to do more educational things that we can't do Monday through Thursday. And one of the things that's already happening is there's going to be some possibilities for some piano lessons and guitar lessons on those Fridays. And I'm excited for that to continue to come together and be revealed to you. So those Fridays are going to be a great gift to us. And that'll be for our middle school kids, but also for our younger kids. And so we're excited for you to learn a little bit more about that as we go.
It's probably important too, just to mention that we are in the middle of the process of hiring a kindergarten teacher, so you'll get news from us soon about that too.
Yeah, there's so much happening, and it's incredibly exciting, but also I gotta be honest, it's a little scary because there's a lot of moving parts, but God is so in control of this darn thing, okay? He keeps providing for us. I'm amazed how he keeps providing for us. And so we lean into that trust in him, and I'm convinced that we are on the brink of just continual growth at our school. Despite the chaos around us in our culture, there's beautiful things starting to take place, and the Lord is providing so many things. So I'm excited for all that he has in store for us. With that, guess what? It's time to enroll for next year. We are going to be launching our enrollment for next school year on Monday. Okay, so it's very important, families out there, that you get online and you enroll your students starting next week. And Lisa's going to talk a little bit about how you can enroll for next year. And please, please, please do this. It's going to help us tremendously in our planning, so we know our numbers and our staffing and all these kind of needs. So we've got a new way in which we're going to be doing enrollment, which I think you're going to be incredibly grateful for. And I'm going to have Lisa just share a little bit about how you can enroll your students next year if you're a returning family, or if you're watching this and you're looking at being a new family at our school. You too were invited to enroll and to call our school so we can get your new family into the gift of the Marquette family.
As we've been announcing over the past several months, we're moving to an online enrollment system, an application system, and we are at the tail end of having that ready for you starting on Monday. And so any of our current families will receive an email. That will be the way in which you get a link to go in and to look at your application for your students and make sure that everything is correct and enroll them for the upcoming year. So this is going to be a gift to you, because rather than handing out packets for each one of your children and having you have to fill everything out and turn everything in paper, you're essentially going to go in there. All of your information is already loaded in there. So essentially you're going to look at what needs to be updated, update any little things if there's, people to pick up your kids or whatever it might be. And then you're going to hit a button and it will all just roll right in and you'll be ready to go. We also are obviously looking for new families and are hoping to get some new students in for our school this year too. So next week we're going to be launching our marketing campaign for pre-K kindergarten roundup, but really we'll take any students of any grades that we can.
Yeah, did you hear that? All your information's in the system. All right, Julie Kingsley and Lisa and Jody Phelps have been working so hard in pulling this all together. And so you're going to have a link you can go to it. Everything's there. No paperwork, all right? You can pay online. This is going to be a huge help. Permission slips, all the information is there. It is going to lighten the load in a massive way.
We're working on permission slips.
Yeah,
That's a thing we still have to use for paper for our insurance purposes, but we were hoping permission slips.
Yeah, and we're going to...
But this tool is dynamic, and rather than having, separate paperwork for each child, I mean, all of your family is in there as one unit, so it's just one transaction that you're going to be able to kind of move everyone forward easily. It also will be the tool that you're going to use for getting your grades, communicating with teachers, communicating with the school nurse, getting your school alerts. So there are a lot of things that we're using fax for, and I just hope that you appreciate it for the many ways in which it's going to make your life easier.
Yeah, it's so great. I'm just so grateful that we're continuing to find ways to simplify things and to grow things here at our school. And so thanks be to God. I'm looking forward to you kind of getting your hands into that program, and hopefully that will be a great blessing. If there's any struggles or bumps in the road, please contact us and we'll help you kind of work through those things. One of the last things I just want to mention is, we had meetings with all of our school families. That was in February, I think, is when we met with all of you. It all was kind of mixing together, but we kind of laid out the reality of our budgets and our teachers' salaries and our tuition rates, and how we are in a need of having to increase our tuition rates in order to match our costs, and in hopes of kind of slowly starting to raise teachers' salaries and to try to continue to make sure we're operating in a healthy way. And so we are going to continue with those tuition increases going into next year. And so you'll be aware of that once enrollment starts, some of those increases. And I just thank you for the ways in which you continue to sacrifice to allow your kids for Catholic education. I think it's one of the greatest investments you'll make. And it's going to stretch some of you. It's going to be difficult at some times. But I also want to make sure please do not leave for financial reasons. Okay? If there's serious financial reasons and you can't handle the tuition or the increases, please, please, please contact me. Call me, email me. I know sometimes it's humbling, but I promise we can just talk it through. There are so many people, especially during this time, that have sent in opportunities for support and scholarships and our tuition assistance fund. So please don't let tuition hold you back, but also understand that we have to increase these things in order to match our operating costs. So just so you're aware of that, that will be taking place. In regards to just tuition, we just lost our whole gala. The gala is supposed to be tonight. I wish I was celebrating at a casino night, raising money for Marquette School, and we're all having a good time. Sadly, it's not happening tonight. And we budget in every year somewhere between $50,000 and $80,000 raised at that gala that we're going to lose for this year's revenue. That's a little scary in some ways, but God will provide for us. I have no doubt in my mind He's going to provide. We're gonna creatively just take a risk and try something. We're gonna do an online kind of like Jerry Lewis telethon in the middle of May here. And those dates are gonna be May 19th, 20th, and 21st. It's a Tuesday, Wednesday, and a Thursday night. I'm not satisfied with just one night. We're gonna do 3 nights, okay? In hopes that, if someone can't make it Monday, they'll come Tuesday, or maybe they'll come Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And each night will have a little different theme, a little different focus, but it's gonna be a fun way for us to try to raise funds so we can kind of make up those funds that we lost with the gala. And so please mark your calendars for the 19th, the 20th, and the 21st. The event will run from 7 to 9 p.m. It'll be broadcast live on Facebook and YouTube and maybe a few other platforms. I'm also going to be sending you information in hopes that you can send invites out to any family or friends. They can be anywhere in the world, which is really cool that we'll be able to do this not with just 300 people at a gala. We could have 1,000 people there. We could have 3,000 people there. So if you know anybody that has a heart for Catholic education, a love for Marquette, someone that's an alumni, someone that has financial resources that maybe they would support our school, you can send them invites to join us at one of those 3 nights. And maybe we can find some people out there that will really be generous in supporting the mission of our school. And so I want to make sure you're aware of that although it's really sad we're not gathering for the gala, we're going to try to do something again on the 19th, 20th, and the 21st. And I'm excited to unveil that. I've got a team of people working on that right now. And please mark your calendars and make anybody aware that we'll be doing that in regards to trying to raise funds for Marquette School.
And one of the things that we really are looking at helping to raise funds for is a project that we've had in place now and we've really been working on, and that's to improve the technology, the internet and Wi-Fi in our school. And that project, we really want to get that done before fall term starts. So yes, so please join us for those days, because this is an important project to keep our school healthy and give opportunities for our kids to learn, and we really are needing those funds to help us do these kinds of things.
Yeah, and it's super exciting. We're working on getting a fiber optics line here into the building. That's going to increase our speeds. We're going to get some more equipment that's going to help us. It's going to be a tremendous gift to our school and to our parish. So that's one thing that we'll be raising funds for, and there's a few other things that we'll be doing that just to help with our operating costs to keep your tuition low, but also some of these advanced projects that are going to help us grow our school in some tremendous ways.
And they're just necessary. It's just a needed thing that we have to do.
Yeah, so we're super excited to be able to start moving in that direction. Last 2 things I just want to mention is tonight we'll be doing a gathering for all of our families, kind of a family fun night on Zoom. We did this last week. It was fun. There was a number of families there. We had some games, some activities, just a chance for the kids to share how they were doing. That'll be tonight starting at 7 p.m. You should have got a Zoom invitation from the school office. Please join us tonight at 7 p.m. for that. And then lastly, I just want to mention that you're our greatest marketers to our school. All right, and when enrollment opens next Monday, I really encourage you in social media and families and people in our community to advertise our school and share why you love our school and invite other families to join our school. And let's try to continue to increase our enrollment, because that helps us in so many ways, okay? But you can do that by sharing why you're using Marquette School. And so I really invite you. We're going to be starting next week kind of an online kind of marketing campaign where there's going to be videos and we're going to post different things. And I really invite you to share your story and help get the word out. If you're doing that, it's going to be a huge blessing and a great gift. So help us market our school. Even in a time of difficulty, people are looking for something to be hopeful about, something to be joyful about, and we can share all the exciting things happening at Marquette, and that we're grounded in the Lord and in our faith. He's going to get us through this, and we're going to continue to grow at Marquette School. So please help us get that word out. So with that, just Lisa, any final comments or thoughts?
No, we've been working on our Marquette Catholic School website, which has become, because we're using fax for so many of the things we're using the website for. Now our website is going to be used more for marketing and getting information out about our school. So that will be a place to send people to get more information about our school, but also to just apply as a new student and get more information.
Awesome. Just thanks for joining us. And I know there's a lot of information to get out. Hopefully you've made it to the end of this video without shutting it off. But again, just thank you. It's been such a joy working with Lisa through this whole time, and I'm so grateful for her leadership and all of our teachers, our finance council, our school board, you as parents. It takes a whole village to do something great, and we are about doing something great here. And we have to remember the Lord's at the heart of it, and the gift of the teachings of our church are guiding us. So we're praying for you. Please pray for us. As always, if you have questions, comments, concerns, please reach out to Lisa, myself, Julie Kingsley in the office. We're here for you. Thank you so much. And we look forward to next fall. Oh my goodness, it is going to mean so much having those kids running through our school as we continue to grow our school. God has got great things in store for us. Let's remain keeping our eyes on the prize, and that's the growth of our school and opening those doors, please God, next fall. God bless you. All right, peace be with you.